divas, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth Ann, and welcome to this week's video, which is so exciting. Hi. So originally, whenever I started filming this and I started playing this video, actually, I think I propped you guys up. Hold on. Much better. So when I started planning and filming this video, I was, whoa, no. Oh man, it's okay. I'll be able to read through it. I was planning on filming it, and I did film bits and pieces of it being like a challenge video of me like reading or trying to read all the books to hit my Goodreads goal. I think even that's what the title of this video is going to be. Anywho, so a few things happened. The first thing is I lost footage. The second thing is some of the footage I took, it just like wasn't good. So you guys will see like the rest of the footage from now, and it might be like popped in over while I'm talking. I'm not so totally sure. Still dealing with issues with my editing software. So anyway, we've had some technical issues, but here's to what you really want to know, which is what have I been reading? Okay. So also I just like was overwhelmed during Christmas and the holidays that I also didn't really film myself reading that much. But I am here to report that I am one book away, and hopefully by the end of this video you will see me finished with my Goodreads challenge. It is, as I'm filming this, 10:30 on the 29th, which means I have 2 days, and I think I'll be able to finish it. Hi divas, I've been sitting here listening, going back and forth. I did some online shopping. I'm like 22% into people we meet on vacation. I'm hoping I finish people we meet on vacation and the correspondent. Maybe not today, but at least tomorrow, the next day. I'm not sure. I think like cafes and stuff are gonna be like, I think everything opens back up tomorrow. And there's a lot of like Boxing Day sales and everything, so I know it's probably gonna be like crazy, but I think I am probably going to go to Grafton Street to check out M&S and get a puffer, and then I'm also going to maybe go to like a cafe and sit and read. So those are my plans for tomorrow. I haven't vlogged anything, but we're at Juice Jar, and I'm probably gonna try a sandwich. I love their smoothie. But I've just been sitting in a cafe reading. I actually finished my book. I'm gonna go get another one that like is heavy on my mind, even though I really don't need one. But anyhow, that's our update. I was too into my book to even pick up the camera and vlog. Hey girls, I'm actually so nearsighted I can't really see what it's looking like. Let me actually come closer. I think it looks okay. Hi. I've been home probably like an hour now, and I haven't accomplished anything because FaceTime mom to show her the outfits and that some of it didn't fit, and filming TikToks, and I think that's basically about it. But hi, I did go shopping today. I filmed one 30-second clip where I was going to sit there and actually talk to you guys, but then a group of like 4 people sat beside me. The point of the story is I did not vlog anything. I sat in Dubray and read for a few hours, and it was just the most joyful experience. Now, I do need to be gelled, okay? I did buy a book. I can hear it. I know. Okay? But when I read this, and well, actually, for, I don't know, the better half of the entire time I've been in Ireland / probably a little before, I have had Lonesome Dove on my mind, and when they mentioned Larry McMurtry in this book, I was like, oh, I need to read Lonesome Dove. And I know it's something I'm not going to finish, like, maybe even before I leave Ireland. And it's something, like, I'll read over time because it's a really long book. But I do want to read it. I want to read the series. And anyway, they didn't have it, but they did have The Last Picture Show. Now, I have read this. I read this in high school. And I probably read it more than once, actually, for being honest. Yeah, I probably have. And now that I'm looking at this, I'm wondering if they have Larry McMurtry in the classics area, too. Anyway, I just talk to you guys about The Correspondent. I finished, which also means I only need, I think, 2 more books to finish my goal, which was making it to 70. You guys, I understand the hype, and I am so glad that I didn't buy this in the States because I love the cover of it. It is so cute. Ugh. I don't even know what to say other than, if you've not heard about this, this book is now become my favorite book of the year, I believe. Like, I think it's on a different level than The Conditions of Will and The Wedding People, which are my other 2. I think those are my only other 2, other than, like, one of the Magnolia Parks books. It's just, like, on a different level, you know? I adore The Conditions of Will. Like, I would say The Conditions of Will, the Magnolia Parks universe, but really the last book, and The Wedding People are all stories that have, like, stuck with me, and I think of, like, not in my day-to-day, but from time to time, and, like, your characters I've carried with me. Like, I feel like there's just a difference between that and just, like, some of the other books that I've rated highly this year. Those are my, like, big standouts. This, however, I think has taken the cake. Basically, it is written in the form of correspondence/letters throughout Sybil's life. She is, I'm trying to think how old she is. 73. And it starts, I think the first letters, like 2011, maybe 2012. And it's through her different correspondence with different people, including some famous people in there. But I'll read this because I don't want to ruin it. What I will say is it had, like, such heart and soul in the book to be written of just, like, correspondence and letters, like, for it to be not a fully, like, I guess, book. It's not a typical format. You get such deep character development, character growth throughout the book, and it was just, like, beautiful, heartbreaking, just, like, so full of heart and soul, all encompassing, like, the good parts and the bad parts. And yeah, it was just beautiful. But it says, every morning around 10:30, Sybil Van Antwerp sits down to write letters to her brother, to her best friend, to the president of the university who will not allow her to attend a class she desperately wants to take, to her favorite authors to tell them what she thinks of their latest books. Because at 73, Sybil has used her correspondence, full of sharp humor and hard-earned wisdom, to make sense of the world. But beyond the page, she has spent the last 30 years keeping the people who love her at arm's length, until letters from someone she had put out of her mind land on her doorstep, forcing her to reckon with her past mistakes. For, as Sybil is about to learn, it is never too late to write a few postscripts. Genuinely. And one of the experts on the back says, it'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry, and it'll make you reflect, as all the best novels do. Read it, read it, read it. Totally agree. So, like I said, finish that. I am going to keep that and take it home with me. But so good. I can't believe that I found my favorite read within, like, the last, like, 5 or 6 days of 2025. I also went to M&S for their sale because I needed a short puffer. So I was on sale and it was easier than getting my parents to ship it to me. So I did get one. I did a TikTok. Oops, my pump's coming off. Anyway, I did get one, but it turns out to be like a size or two too small. It's too tight on my chest. To be fair, I did not try it on in the store because there's nowhere for me to put down my bag / the lines for the fitting room were really long. And so I just was like, I'll just get these, take them home, and then if it doesn't work, I'll bring it back. Anyhow, so I'm going to take that back. It's just one of those short, like goose down puffer jackets. I'm not putting back on because I've tried it on now like 4 times, but it is like the same material as that cheetah print top I've been wearing a lot. I really, really like it. The issue is I'm going to have to go find boots. Right. Yeah, I have no boots here. I don't know what I was thinking when I was packing. I I packed so horribly. And yeah, I brought one sweatshirt. So as we know, I have bought this H&M that I'm like wearing a lot. And then my parents are sending me a few that I ordered on a Black Friday sale. So anyhow, I think that's basically it. I will talk to you guys in a little bit. No, I forgot. I was going to insert this part. First of all, I don't think I ever said I'm really sorry for the vlogging the past few days. I just like haven't been in the mood to vlog. But I had a wonderful Christmas. I don't know if I talked about it or not. We did like a community event and we all cooked a meal together. It was so lovely and so grateful and so amazing. And we like played a game, kind of got to know each other. And yeah, it was lovely, and I'm grateful to be part of a community that puts on events like that. But really quickly, I wanted to tell you guys, I did it like a TikTok for this, but I thought I'd show you guys too. The books that I've started but haven't finished, but I do want to finish. They're not DNFs. I just haven't had time to finish them. Haven't made time to finish them. The first is One of Us is Dead by Geneva Rose. I like this book. I love Geneva's writing. It's like housewives thriller. What I don't love is like there's so many characters you have to follow. Like there's so many characters. And so I do tend to get a little confused. But it's good. I like it. I just am not as connected, which is ironic because it's based in Buckhead, as I have been to her other thrillers. Now, no fault of my own, I lost this book. I thought she was gone forever. Couldn't figure out where she was. She was hidden in one of my bags, that was put away. I'm only like 30 pages in, but I read 30 pages, was sucked in so quickly and excited to read it in like a sitting, and I forgot about it. So I probably will finish this within the next few weeks. Last but not least is Atmosphere. I actually don't really like to take this outside of the house because it's my beautiful cover and it's signed, and I don't want to mess anything up because I want to have it on my shelf forever. But I am like 50 pages in. I'm really enjoying it. There's nothing wrong with the book. I just like to read it in my home and not out at the cafes and such. So, hoping to finish that in the new year. I think that's it. Okay, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. You guys, we weren't even recording. Hi. So, my Christmas presents came in the mail early. They're supposed to come tomorrow. But I had been wanting to order like some sort of GoPro. I really want the Go 360, but it's like $400. So I opted against that. Oh, there is a SD card already. Okay. Well, anyway. And I kind of wanted something before I went to London, so I wasn't nervous about my camera or my phone getting snatched and like filming on my phone. So let me show you guys. This is a dupe, I believe, for one of the Insta 360s. I don't know the different names for them, but they have a smaller one like this. It's not the newest one, but I really want the 360 Ultra. But anyway, it's like $400. I didn't want to spend I didn't want to spend money on it like that. So I found this one. It's been all over TikTok, and I did some research. Seem like the best options. There are some other ones that I looked at. They were a little more expensive, and getting to the point that like if I'm going to spend like $120, $130 on it, I might as well save and get the Insta. Anyway, it comes with, there's a charger, And then this I think is just like a USB disc that you can plug the SD card into to plug it to a laptop. This is probably what I'll be using most, but it does also come with a clip. And it's magnetic, so it sticks to anything magnetic, which is really cool. So I'm really excited. I really hope this works. It's definitely not gonna be the best quality ever, but I think it'll be fun. We're gonna test it out and show you guys, but also I've been needing a new Kindle like none other. I bought this. I bought this Kindle on a like Prime Day sale in 2021, I guess. And it's just the basic Kindle. I don't think it's a Paperwhite. I'm not really sure. But it's the 2019 edition. And it's just lagging. It's skipping pages. It's like I click one book, it goes to another. It's just old and I needed a new one. And I was gonna get one last year because I really wanted one in the new year. We got one from my mom last year for Christmas. She loves it. And once she got it, I was like, oh my gosh, I need it. It's bigger. The screen's better. And anyway, I'm so excited to have it. And it's really good because I'm starting to read a lot more on my Kindle again. So anyway, I guess without further ado, let's unwrap her. I just ordered a case. I'm not sure when it'll be here. I will probably order like a screen protector until it gets here. Oh my gosh, it's pink. She's so beautiful. And honestly, I probably won't travel with this yet. I'm probably gonna wait till I get some sort of protective cover. But there she is. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on, get it all ready to go. I'm just like not over the pink. Oh my gosh, look at the screen. I love it. And just for reference, oh my gosh, was this not filming? I don't even want to talk about it. Those are the size differences. That's exactly why I don't want to take this out until I have a cover on it. But I will start downloading stuff. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can connect the camera and we'll come back and hopefully show you it working. Okay, you guys, now I'm into it. I've got like, I mean, not even 50 pages left. You have like 40 pages left. And the first, like, honestly, the first like 200 pages, it just kind of took me a while to get connected to these characters. And I'm still not super connected to them, but I'm connected enough to want to know what the heck is going on because they just like dropped a big bomb. And this is one of those books that I can't really talk about without like spilling the beans, but I'll just say you did well, Geneva Rose. It's based in Buckhead, and there was something someone said about like I tried to stop understanding Buckhead a long time ago. Nothing makes sense. I'm like, yeah, that is Buckhead and small town Georgia vibes. Anyway, so it is good though, and I love Geneva Rose's writing a lot. It's just like there were so many characters in here, it made it a little hard to follow and like keep up with everyone's business. I think there's 4 or 5 main girls? There's Jenny, Olivia, Karen, Crystal. Who else is there? Shannon. Is that it? Oh no, there's what's her name? It starts with a K. Keisha. I don't think she doesn't have a POV, but she's in the book. So many women. Okay, anyway. And it is a little difficult to follow everyone's POV. Okay, per usual, was actually insane and still was surprised in the ending. I can't even. So shook. I really don't know. And like I said a million times before, really need to work on my like sitting on the book. I would probably, like, just off the cuff, say like 3, maybe like a 3.25. It's a solid thriller. It feels, I don't love so many different POVs. It was getting confusing. I was confused until the end. But it was a good story and I got sucked in and it was juicy and all the things. Like Real Housewives-esque thriller. So like I enjoyed parts of it and I love Geneva Rose's writing overall. I just don't love so many POVs and there were so many characters you had to follow. But overall I liked it. I was shook by the ending and what actually happened. And I think it's good because it all like kind of comes like full circle, but just not a big fan of so many people, so many POVs. So yeah. Okay, I plugged it into the charger. Hopefully it'll work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and lets me record this while I'm charging my camera. TBD. So I'm just gonna go over the books that I finished in the past like week and a half, which is crazy. And I can't remember, some of this might be cut out because I can't remember if I posted a vlog talking about Christmas at the Ranch yet or not. But these are the books really quick and then I'll go into detail about my reviews, what I liked, what I didn't like. Christmas at the Ranch. Finished that. That one was really cute. Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret. Christmas thriller. The Correspondent. You know her, you love her. I will be writing a full dissertation on this in about 5 seconds. One of Us is Dead, which is another Geneva Rose that I brought with me from home. People We Meet on Vacation. I'm editing this and I just have to let you know, for all the other Heated Rivalry girlies out there, I'm reading People We Meet on Vacation while also watching the TV show Heated Rivalry. And if you know, you know. And if you don't look it up. The amount of like emotionally unwell I was, like, crashed out. I needed to go to a silent retreat and touch grass, like roll around in grass, hit my Buddha pose. Like, yeah, anyhow. Right. And I also was reminded why I told myself after I read People We Meet on Vacation, we're not going to read that one again, okay? And I'll leave that at that. And let the cards fall where they may. Oh my God. Between People We Meet on Vacation and Heated Rivalry and all the things, if you want to know where I am mentally, why am I tearing up talking about this? I am stuck on Heated Rivalry TikTok, specifically the cottage episode. That's the first thing. The second thing is Miss Flo was here, so I'm extra emotional. I literally was filming a TikTok today, a funny, silly, goofy TikTok, to a couple of minutes and started sobbing. Not sobbing, I just started crying. Okay, emotions are at an all-time high. Did I cry listening to the last like 10 minutes of People We Meet on Vacation last night? Right, I did. And I was immediately reminded why I vowed to never reread People We Meet on Vacation. It's not my favorite Emily Henry book, but I do love it so much, and I'm so excited to watch the new movie. So, anyhow, let's get into it. Okay, so Christmas on Vacation. It is the one that I think I might be cutting out because I feel like I've already given a review for this, but it is a like sort of Hallmarky Christmas read. I really liked it because one thing I always want is like, I want a ranch like cowboy rom-com book. Sometimes I just want a Hallmarky like romance set on a ranch, okay? And that's exactly what this is. It actually was really, really sweet. It was a really, really slow burn. and wholesome, but basically it is about our main female character. Okay, so basically Emery, our main female character, her dad has just been caught in a Ponzi scheme, and so when the news breaks, she very dramatically goes to the one place she ever felt at home. Like, can you hear the Hallmark vibes in it? So anyway, she goes to the one place she ever felt at home, and I will say, like, it is very Hallmarky. So there were lots of things that, you know, in a Hallmark/Lifetime film, they don't always, like, the pieces don't always fall in together perfectly, but you always know what you're gonna get in the end. Anyway, but overall it was so cute. Basically, Emery goes to Evergreen, which is the name of this small town, in the small town that she fell in love in her teenage years. I think she was like 18, and she goes back. She tries to avoid her ex at all costs. Oh, and also, like, she goes back because the only Christmas she ever felt like at home and whole and full was the Christmas she spent with her ex Tate in Evergreen at Wilder Ranch. So she ends up going back. It turns out that her father, like, one of the investors was from Evergreen, and she didn't know. So she gets there, and then the whole town finds out, and it's this, like, whole thing. But basically, memories instantly come flooding back. She's like, I don't know why I thought I could handle this, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, one thing leads to another, and she's reconnected with Tate. And it's kind of this, like, series of unfortunate events of her trying to leave and get out of there. But, you know, that's the funny thing about fate. It all works out anyway. And so it was really cute, really wholesome. Really, 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 really love this one. For what it is, like, you know, on the Hallmark, I've read a lot of, like, Hallmark books, and on the Hallmark level, like, this was a good one I've read. So, anywho, it's just a fun, lighthearted Christmas read. It's not one of my favorite reads ever, but I enjoyed it. And back onto Christmas. Okay, anyway, up next is Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret. I had seen this, I think, last year when it came out. I do wish that I would have read Everyone on This Train Has a Secret first, but I didn't. So it was kind of easy to understand. Like, you didn't really need that knowledge, but after I looked up some of the details, I was like, oh, this makes sense. But basically, it's just a Christmas mystery novella. I think it was a few hundred pages. It was pretty good. Not my favorite Christmas mystery ever, but I did enjoy it more than the Christmas Express one I read earlier in the season. But it kind of gives, like, Knives Out, Thursday Murder Club, Christmas edition. Like, it's a classic whodunit, and this one I was, like, as shook as I was with the original Knives Out. Like, the original Knives Out blew my mind. And anyway, there's a bunch of different suspects. There's a Christmas advent calendar, and it kind of reveals detail with each little Christmas advent / chapter. And it was really good, and I actually was surprised at the end about who done it. So yeah, I think I ended up giving it like 3 stars. Same with Christmas at the Ranch. I think I gave it 3 stars. Next is One of Us is Dead by Geneva Rose. I love Geneva Rose like none other. Her thrillers / mysteries always get me good. This is not a favorite of mine. I think I ended up rating it 3.25. It took me like 100, and it's a longer book of hers, but probably 150, 200 pages to really, like, want to know what's going on, which is funny because it's based around these Buckhead housewives. It's like Real Housewives meets the South meets Buckhead, rich people problems, divorces, money issues, like all the things. And it basically is around this, like, friend group, and there's a lot of women. This is what I don't like about the book. No hate to Geneva because I love her and she's such a good author, but I have a really hard time when there's a lot of POVs and a lot of different characters, and there's literally like 6 women or 7 women. And while we're only following like 4 or 5 of the main characters' POV, it's still so confusing because they're all women. So I didn't love that about it. Overall, solid mystery. Was shocked at the end, and didn't guess it. So claps for that. I'm trying to make sure my camera doesn't die while I'm trying to talk about people we meet on vacation. If you guys don't know the lore between Emily Henry and I, she's one of my favorite authors. I started reading again as an adult in 2022, like seriously. And her book was probably like maybe the 3rd book that I picked up, and like legitimately is what got me such a passion for reading again. Okay, I fell in love with her characters. I fell in love with her books. I guess it was summer 2022, so we had Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation, and Book Lovers. And People We Meet on Vacation was one of the first books I ever read, and I could not put it down. Fell in love with these characters, related a lot to Poppy, and I remember like being so overly emotional when I was reading it. And so I wanted to reread it for the movie coming out, obviously. Okay, I think we're going to be able to finish it. But like I said, I really wanted to finish this book or finish rereading it before the movie came out, because I wanted to see if I loved it as much. And that's also wanted to be emotionally okay to read it. Also I was nervous about having high expectations, and they were pretty much the same. I think the first time I read it, which I obviously had not read that much, I'd given it 5 stars. I would probably give it like 4 stars, just because I have mixed feelings about the last like quarter of it. But I really, really enjoyed it. I was not sobbing, but I did cry a little bit whenever I was listening to the last like 30 minutes of it last night. If you know, you know. And I just love the story of Poppy and Alex so much. And I feel like the actors that they chose to portray them in the film adaptation are so good. I think it's going to be really good. Now, is it going to be the best film ever? No, but I feel like it'll be a fun rom-com, especially for the Emily Henry lovers. And I'm very interested and excited to see what Emily Henry adaptation looks like, because it's the first one we're getting, and I think she has a few book deal, and also excited for all the adaptations. I think Every Summer After is going to be coming out next fall as well. But anyhow, okay, that's basically it. I've caught you up to speed. Those are the books. How many is that? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and I'm reading 6 right now. It's a NetGalley book by K.L. Walther, I believe is her name. It's a YA, but I read one of her books called The Summer of Broken Rules and absolutely loved it. So I think I'll like it. Liking it so far. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing like crazy new or anything. It's just kind of a palate cleanser for myself. And excited to give some feedback, because who doesn't love a good summer romance based in Martha's Vineyard? I mean, come on. Okay, love you guys. Hi divas. Happy first day of 2026. Now, is this how I'm going to kickstart 2026? Not exactly. It's 1 p.m., but to be fair, I'm just having general winter uglies right now, okay? I can't even like blur my face, put an emoji over it. I don't know. There's like 5 things I have to say. First of all, I have a painful fever blister. Second of all, I don't think my makeup remover worked last night. Third of all, we all know the struggle with my sleeping schedule. Like, there's really like nothing I could say. But it hit like an all-time low. Not last night, but the night before. Like, and that it was just like straight up insomnia. Like, I was unwell, I could not sleep. I probably got like, I was so delulu yesterday, like I legit probably got like 3 hours of sleep, maybe, like maybe. And I don't even think I hit REM. Like, I could still hear the music playing in the background. I just, like, I couldn't sleep. I was having a minty bee. I don't even know what to say. Minty bee chat for a different day. I am fine. Still loving it in Ireland. I have been, like, sick in bed most of the week. So not being able to work out the past 3 days, right? Literally only been 3 days. Feels like it's been 3 weeks. I'm so unwell. But I'm getting up, going to the things. I booked a flight home. Nothing to do with the Minty Bee. I have to go home for other reasons. And so that'll be happening in the beginning of January. Or not the beginning of January, it'll be the end of January. So, yeah. I don't really know what to say other than that's that. And I need to go buy spray tan or whatever it is, self-tan. But then also, like, I've been clean from self-tan for, like, years. If you knew me when I lived in Oklahoma, I was a self-tanner queen. Anyhow, I didn't realize when I was filming this that I had already hit 70. I was, like, in the process, as you hear me talking about, of reading the NetGalley book, which I'm still gonna try to finish this week. But I was in the process of reading it, and I went to Fable because I was, like, going to look at something. I was like, oh, I already hit 70 books. So is that not the craziest thing? Like, I can't believe I hit 70 books. Really quick, rapid fire. I'm gonna tell you the books that, like, I'm still thinking about today, okay? I did a TikTok / Instagram, which, by the way, I'm in my bookstagram era. Go follow at Liz Lovelist, of the books that I love this year. I read 70, and honestly, I probably only had like 3 or 4 I DNF'd. I didn't include it in any, like, wrap up or anything because obviously I didn't finish them. But pretty proud of myself for the books that I did finish. Okay, I pulled up my Instagram post so I wouldn't forget anything. All my 5-star books this year were Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. I have no words, still sobbing over that book. The Paris Novel by Ruth Reichel. Loved that book. The Wedding People, no notes. Conditions of Will, no notes. That's a book that I bought just, like, on a whim. Like, I do love Jessa Hastings' writing. I do know there's stuff going on, but I was just, like, in the bookstore at the beginning of the year, saw it and was like, oh, I haven't heard much about this, like, let me just grab it. It was, like, right when it came out, and grabbed it, and I finished literally in one sitting. Like, I stayed up for, like, probably 5 hours and read it all the way through. So good. Anyway, The Perfect Marriage, it gagged me. I also read that in one setting at the pool. One Golden Summer, and The Correspondent. Obviously, we've already talked about The Correspondent. Winter books that I really liked: Holiday Romance, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. That was just, like, a wholesome, fun read. It's Different This Time, If It Makes You Happy. Everyone knows about those. Crazy Spooky Love, and Christmas at the Ranch. Ones that caught me off guard that I didn't think I'd like as much as I thought: The Shippers, which is a NetGalley. Sorry guys, it doesn't come out until May 19th, but it's really good, worth the wait. The Matchmaker I found randomly at a charity shop when I was in Belfast, and I read it in, like, one day because I needed a book to read, and it was there, and I had it, and I read it. An Academic Affair, did not think that I would love it as much. Once again, NetGalley read. Never Over by Claire Gilmore, NetGalley read. Insane, that book. And Wild and Wrangled. Who thought I was going to turn into, like, a cowboy romance girl? I can't read them that often because I will spiral. But that one, like, literally, I think it's because I connected to it personally, per se. So I think that's why I loved it so much. Okay, next is Thriller, Perfect Marriage / Divorce, The Texas Murders. That was so good. James Patterson, Golf 2026. Read more James Patterson. Survive the Night by Riley Sager, and With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I just love Riley Sager books, but Survive the Night gagged me. Beach reads, It's a Love Story. You guys already know how much I love Annabelle Monaghan. 5-Star Weekend, so good. Excited for the film adaptation. Elizabeth of East Hampton, which is a like modern contemporary romance retelling of Pride and Prejudice. Chef's kiss. One Golden Summer, we already know. The Summer We Ran was a book of the month book that I got, and I had no clue if I was even gonna like it. And that's why I really enjoy book of the month, because it forces you to choose a book that you might not pick out in a bookstore, but every single one I've been like pleasantly surprised. Anyway, and then my book of the year was obviously The Correspondent, like I said. Anywho, okay, well, there's not much else to report other than Happy New Year. My vision board this year is chef's kiss. I have zero direction with my life or like what I'm doing other than having my Eat, Pray, Love year. And yeah, I guess that's really basically it. And okay, love you guys. Happy New Year.